A woman stood outside the courthouse with tears filling her eyes. She had only 48 hours left to make the hardest decision of her life. If she failed, she would lose the two little children who called her mom. Every lawyer had turned her away. Every door seemed closed. Then, in the middle of her darkest moment, she looked at a quiet single dad and whispered 5 words that would change both of their lives forever. "Marry me, please save us both." Before this incredible story begins, welcome to Heartline Stories. If stories about kindness, hope, and second chances touch your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us share more inspiring stories with people around the world. Emily Carter had never imagined her life would become a legal nightmare. 3 years earlier, her younger sister and brother-in-law had died in a terrible car accident, leaving behind 6-year-old Noah and 4-year-old Lily. Emily promised she would raise them as her own. She worked 2 jobs, skipped vacations, and spent every extra dollar on the children. The kids smiled again because of her love. But then a wealthy relative suddenly appeared. He claimed Emily was financially unstable and that the children deserved a better life. His expensive lawyers filed for custody. During the hearing, the judge explained that one factor working against Emily was her lack of family support. The children's biological uncle argued that a single woman with limited income could not provide enough stability. Emily was crushed. Her attorney quietly explained another problem. If she could show a stable 2-parent household before the final hearing in 48 hours, her chances would improve dramatically. Otherwise, the children might be taken away. She had no fiancé. No family nearby. No hope. That same afternoon, across town, Daniel Brooks was finishing another exhausting shift as a city bus driver. 5 years earlier, cancer had taken his wife, leaving him to raise his 8-year-old daughter, Sophie. Daniel worked long hours but never complained. His kindness was well known throughout the neighborhood. He often bought groceries for elderly neighbors and helped struggling parents without expecting anything in return. After work, Daniel stopped by the courthouse to file paperwork involving a property issue. As he walked through the hallway, he noticed Emily sitting alone on a bench, quietly crying while 2 little children slept against her shoulders. Most people walked past. Daniel didn't. He simply sat beside her. "Are you okay?" he asked softly. Emily tried to smile but couldn't. For the first time in weeks, someone had asked how she felt instead of judging her. She told him everything. Daniel listened without interrupting. When she finished, silence filled the hallway. Then Emily took a deep breath. "I know this sounds impossible," she whispered. "But would you marry me? Just on paper. I don't want money. I don't want anything from you. I only want to keep these children." Daniel stared at the floor. It was the strangest request anyone had ever made. He looked at Noah and Lily sleeping peacefully. Then he remembered the day strangers had helped him after his wife died. Kindness had saved his family once. Maybe now it was his turn. "I'll help," he finally said. Emily burst into tears. The next morning, they visited a small courthouse and signed a simple marriage certificate. There were no fancy clothes, no flowers, and no celebration. Only 2 frightened adults choosing kindness over fear. When Daniel brought Emily and the children home, Sophie welcomed them with the biggest smile. "If they're staying," Sophie said, "they can have my favorite toys." Emily couldn't believe such a young girl could be so generous. The next 2 days were filled with laughter, nervous conversations, and preparing for court. Daniel helped Noah with homework while Emily cooked dinner. Sophie showed Lily how to ride a bicycle. Something unexpected began happening. The house no longer felt temporary. It started feeling like home. During the custody hearing, the wealthy uncle's lawyer tried to paint Emily as unstable. But then Daniel spoke. He didn't talk about legal documents. He talked about bedtime stories, scraped knees, school lunches, and the promise every parent makes to protect a child. "I didn't marry Emily for money," he told the judge. "I married her because 2 innocent children deserved someone willing to stand beside them." Real family isn't built by blood. It's built by love and commitment. The courtroom became completely silent. Even the opposing lawyer lowered his eyes. The judge looked carefully at the children. Noah was holding Daniel's hand. Lily had fallen asleep against Emily's shoulder. The judge smiled gently. "I've reviewed every document," she said. "But today I saw something far more important than paperwork." She granted Emily permanent custody. The children would stay with the family they already loved. Outside the courthouse, everyone cried with relief. Daniel expected life to return to normal after that. But weeks passed. Neither he nor Emily mentioned ending the marriage. Instead, they kept sharing breakfasts, helping the children, and supporting each other through ordinary days. One evening, Daniel found Emily sitting on the porch watching the sunset. "You know," he said with a shy smile, "this doesn't have to stay a paper marriage." Emily laughed through happy tears. "I was hoping you'd say that." A year later, they celebrated their first real wedding anniversary with friends, neighbors, and 4 smiling children, because Daniel and Emily no longer thought of the kids as mine or yours. They were simply family. Years later, Noah graduated from high school and gave a speech that left everyone wiping away tears. "I used to think heroes wore uniforms," he said. "But the greatest hero I ever met was a tired single dad who chose kindness when he could have walked away." The audience stood and applauded. Daniel looked at Emily. Emily looked at the children. Neither of them regretted the impossible decision they had made in that courthouse hallway. Sometimes the greatest miracles don't begin with romance. Sometimes they begin with compassion. One simple act of kindness can rescue a family, heal broken hearts, and create a future no one believed was possible. So whenever life gives you the chance to help someone, never underestimate the difference your kindness can make. It may not only change their life, it might completely transform your own. Thank you for spending this time with Heartline Stories. Until next time, keep believing in kindness, keep choosing hope, and remember that the strongest families are often built not by chance, but by love.